Here in Indiana, we have a governor who said this.
It would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think
that was Mike Braun in 2022 when he was a U.S. Senator. He's now Indiana's governor. And because he received a lot of backlash, he attempted to walk back those comments, but it was a half-hearted attempt because at his core, he still believes that issues like interracial marriage should be left up to the states and not left up to Supreme Court justices who act like political activists. And he was being asked about this because this was when now Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was going through her confirmation hearings in front of the Senate. That was 2022. Let's fast forward to 2026 on Monday at a committee hearing on an immigration enforcement bill in Indiana, when a member of the Mass Deportation Coalition stepped up to the microphone in favor of this bill.
My name is Ryan Newhouse. I'm here representing the Mass Deportation Coalition, and I would like to echo support for SB 76 as amended. The United States is facing an immigration crisis like never before. Enforcement of federal law and state law and the removal of all illegal aliens, not just those who've committed violent crimes, but all, is the number one priority. It affects the demographics of this nation, it affects the culture.
Can you clarify what you mean by this affects the demographics of the country?
Of course, yeah. When you bring in individuals that are from other nations, you start mixing populations.
And that's bad.
Of course.
I am so glad that Representative Maureen Bauer asked that question because it is so apparent that this is 100% about racism. And this attempted to say, this is not about skin color because he thinks that's what he has to say. But we know that it is about skin color because people who are U.S. citizens are being arrested because of the color of their skin. White people are not being asked for their papers. Representative Bauer has introduced an amendment to this bill that would codify the right to interracial marriage in Indiana state law based on that guy's comments and based on Governor Braun's attitude. This is SB 76, the immigration enforcement bill, and it has been pushed to Monday's calendar, February 9th. When Representative Bauer offers this amendment, let's all pay really close attention to who votes yes and who votes no.